Good evening. Welcome. I'm Dr. Jessica Bueller, and I'm here with Dr. Elizabeth Olson to talk to you about a company called LifeVantage. But in all honesty, both of us got really excited about this company in regards to the science that is behind these products. So we'll try not to overload you on the science, but we've not only fallen in love with the science behind these products and the results that it gives based on that science, but also with the business model as well. So I'm going to let Dr. Elizabeth tell you her story.
Hi guys. So I am a chiropractor. I'm in Minnesota right now. I'm trying to remember. I wish I was somewhere else tonight, actually. But I am also, most importantly, I'm a mom of three. I have three little ones. I have an almost 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And I also have a husband who is a very busy entrepreneur of his own. And I first learned of these products, these amazing products, actually a little over 2 years ago. Someone shared them with me. Now, I've been working in nutrition for a really long time, almost 18 years actually, and I had never heard of this different type of category of products, which we're going to get more into tonight as well, and the difference and why they are so unique. But I was not in a good state of health at that point, and I was really struggling. I was supplementing probably 20 or 30 products a day. I was getting adjusted. I was working out. I was seeing different healthcare providers, and I just couldn't get past this chronic fatigue, these infections I was having, and some postpartum depression and anxiety that I just couldn't seem to get through. When I started taking these products, I was kind of at the end of my rope, and within about 10 days, I noticed really dramatic changes and was just totally amazed. And at that point, I just knew I had to start telling other people about these products and how amazing they are. And about 2 years ago, actually, I decided that I wanted to potentially earn some income as well, along with recommending these products for so many people. And so today we're going to talk a little bit more about something we're very passionate about, which is biohacking, using these specific products, and kind of get into our different stories. So something Jess and I love to talk to patients about are lifestyle strategies to impart into their lives that they can actually change and produce true health for themselves. They can change their biology. They can optimize their genetic potential. And that is exactly what biohacking is. And we need to actively be biohacking our bodies because we are constantly exposed to different stresses, to different toxins, to all these different things that produce poor health within our bodies for us.
And the thing about our bodies being hijacked is that we just have that constant bombardment with toxins that Dr. Elizabeth said. Even when we try not to be exposed to them, they're in our food, they're in our water, they're all around us, they impact us. So part of biohacking is not only avoiding toxins, but finding ways to optimize our bodies from the inside out. So this company all began with an ABC Primetime investigative report. So if whoever invited you to this call did not share that link with you, please ask them to watch this. It might seem irrelevant because it's from 2005, you guys, it's 2020. It's crazy. But in 2003, we had one peer-reviewed published research paper. Oh my goodness, my brain just had a stutter. We had one peer-reviewed published research article, and following that article, there was an ABC Primetime investigative report done on the product, because with that article, we had the claim that we could lower oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And you guys, that was unheard of then, and it's still unheard of now. This is still relevant. So this company had a ton of research done on the product by other companies and institutions, which we'll talk about after a bit. And then they were on shelves, Walgreens and whatnot, but no one was buying it because no one knew what an NRF2 activator was. And if you are new to this, you probably didn't either. So in 2009, it was suggested that they switch from retail sales to direct sales, because there was a story that needed to be told in order for people to really get behind the research and understand what they were getting, and not just taking something that someone told them to do. The company is publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We got to ring the NASDAQ closing bell just last week. We are one of 8 publicly of 8 companies that are publicly traded and on the NASDAQ of thousands of network marketed companies, you guys. This is a big deal. It also means that our income disclosure is transparent, and we will show you that later. And the company has many years of experience in network marketing. So with that ABC Primetime, what I mentioned is that what that proved is that we could lower oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And ABC Primetime investigative reports were not done really to like reinforce people's statements, right? They were designed to debunk people, but instead they reinforced what the company had claimed, because John Quinones had an even larger percentage of reduction in only 2 weeks. So what is oxidative stress, and why would you want to lower it? Could you help us out here, Dr. Elizabeth?
Absolutely. So oxidative stress or oxidative damage is a normal aging process that happens in our bodies in response to those toxins and stresses that we are undergoing as we're being hijacked. And what happens is our cells produce these molecules called oxidants or free radicals, and they run around in the cell, they damage the cell, and they start to age and break down the cell. So if you see the picture of the apple here on the left of the screen, that's a depiction of what happens to our cells because of oxidative stress. So depending on whatever tissue that the oxidative stress happens, a bunch of different conditions, symptoms, and poor health-related results can happen. So oxidative stress is really the first component that creates these issues. So on the right side of the screen, you can see all these different negative health effects that happen because of this. And I don't think any of us want anything to do with any of these. So when we are talking about biohacking our bodies, we're talking about how to stop stuff at its root cause and reverse the damage that has happened with that. And that's really why you should care about oxidative stress and how it affects your body.
So the solution for oxidative stress has always been to balance those free radicals, and free radical damage that accumulates is oxidative stress. But to balance those free radicals, it was antioxidants. You take an antioxidant and it attaches to that free radical, and so the damage doesn't happen and it flushes out your body. But what they found was that direct antioxidants, they can only neutralize free radicals at a ratio of 1:1, meaning you have one free radical, you eat one antioxidant, and they balance each other out, right? They neutralize each other. But you could never eat or consume enough antioxidants to get a reduction in oxidative stress, no matter how many different antioxidants they studied. So what's different about our Protandim NRF2 activator is that we use a low dose of NRF2 activators, and they activate this pathway in our body, and our body starts to produce them at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1 every second. 1,000,000 to 1 every second. Yes, that is exactly what I said. And we always know that anytime you can turn on something in your body that used to be turned on at a high rate, if we can turn that back on again the way that it was designed to do before we had all that toxic overload, we know that that's going to be better than trying to consume them all. So 1,000,000 to 1 versus 1:1. So this shows the low dose, like I said, of the 5 components across the bottom. And this is the product. It's one little yellow pill a day. And it supports our natural cellular repair and rejuvenation process. So think of this like the garbage cleaning system, right? It's taking out the trash. We need to clear out the garbage in our systems so that our bodies can function the way that they were supposed to. And oxidative stress has also been kind of synonymous with inflammation. Any of those processes in our body where just there's damage that accumulates, and we need to just take that garbage out so our bodies can heal and function the way that they were designed. We also have a study done by the National Institute on Aging that showed an increase in median lifespan of male mice by 7%, which is about 5 years in humans. How about the synergy, Elizabeth?
Perfect. So you'll see on the product description that this is called Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. It is not a supplement. It's a different category of nutritional product, actually, because of how its 5 natural plant extracts are combined in its really specific patent. Instead of like a supplement bringing our nutrition to a small area of our body one time, this activates every cell in our body to produce its own nutrition. And because of this, when all these ingredients are combined the way that they are, we have an 18-fold increase in the expression of that antioxidant enzyme. So we're actually communicating with our DNA, changing our gene expression, and causing our bodies to produce their own health and healing. And that is why it is so effective.
So this is some of the research that was done. You guys can glance at this list briefly. All of this is available on PubMed.gov. And PubMed is the public medical database, and it is where doctors go to do their research. All of this is not on activating this pathway in general. It's not on an NRF2 activator other than it's only on ours. This is on our exact patented product. And most of these were not performed or funded by our company, and that is pretty unheard of. Look at this, you guys. In 2015, they stated NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. Then we took NRF2 activation, NRF2 activation, activating that NRF2 pathway, and we applied it to different areas of our body, for our hair, for our skin, for our pets. So from the hair and the skin, we have that activation from the outside in. We have it from inside out with our activator, but now we have it from the outside in, and it makes such a huge difference. And then, of course, people were giving NRF2 Protandim to their animals, and so they came out with a pet version that is flavored in a way that they might like and more specific to them, as they have an oxidative stress load that's 7 times that of humans. So activation or that synergizing effect, we took that and we applied it to different areas. So the second product that was developed was called Protandim, or is called Protandim NRF1 Synergizer. This is a different pathway in the body. It's the NRF1 pathway. And with that pathway, when we bring that synergizer to the cell, that protein messenger that is NRF1 attaches to our DNA, and it causes an expression of certain genes. In this case, we see an increase in mitochondrial production, we see mitochondrial repair, and we see mitochondrial replication. So what happens is we fix old engines, we get rid of old engines that are not fixable, and then we start replicating good engines in our cells, and multiple times. And you guys, this is what gives us energy on a cellular level, and boosting those mitochondria makes it so our cells can network better, and we can produce energy in a more profound way as well. So again, really low dose of 5 components that work in a synergistic effect to get a 200% increase in the activation of that NRF1 pathway. How about this one, Elizabeth?
All right. So again, we're working with very specific proteins within cells that have basically, their cell signaling has gone dormant. So in response to those toxin loads and those different stresses going on, we have proteins that are no longer functioning like they should be. So we have changes in health. And with that comes the identification of the sirtuin protein. And to help activate the sirtuin protein, Protandim NAD Synergizer was created. What researchers really found was you could activate the sirtuin protein by doing extreme caloric restriction, or you could use the molecule NAD to activate this. And so that's exactly what we're doing. We're stimulating that molecule NAD to increase sirtuin activity. When that happens, we have healthy longevity, we have better production of autophagy. So we're removing cellular waste much better. Oh my gosh, mental focus and concentration changes. It changes quickly too. I mean, I noticed this within 30 minutes of taking this one. It supports positive mood and motivation. It boosts your energy. It helps with healthy inflammatory responses. It's so good for your cardiovascular system. It maintains cholesterol levels in a healthy range. And what we see is that it actually has a 100% increase in sirtuin activity within about a 24-hour period.
So this is also super cool. But when you pair these synergizers together, the three of them, our Protandem family, this trilogy, if you will, the tri-synergizer, you get activations of the NRF2, NRF1, and NAD pathways like nobody's business, right? They work massively together. But if you think about that too, their jobs are so much different. We've got garbage removal, we've got repair of engines, we just are amping up the system, clearing stuff out and healing it at a cellular level. And when you do all of those things at the same time, it's just going to be better. It's like working out and not just doing cardio, but but doing cardio and strength and stretching and flexibility, and your body then functions a lot better. And that is exactly how our tri-synergizer, how they work together too. So those cellular activators are really what sets us apart from every other company you've ever heard of. But we also have a couple of standby products too that are just very significant for every single human. And that Elizabeth and I both have recommended from in utero until death. And one of those is a probiotic. And this probiotic, what makes it different is it has a biotrack lining that allows it to bypass the stomach acid and get to the small and large intestine where we need it to go to do its job. So we see 70% of our immune function. We see production of neurotransmitters and serotonin and dopamine. This Physique ProBio is a really important component to every lifestyle. And then Elizabeth, could you tell us about omegas?
So omega, again, this is something that everyone should be taking from in utero until death. And it's so important because we're biohacking our cellular membranes here. Our fish oil is incorporated into the cellular membrane in every cell in our bodies, and that allows each of the cells to communicate within them. So it supports our brain, it supports our heart, our skin, our immune system, even our hormone balancing. So Omega Plus is a beautiful blend of omega-3s and 7s. These are good fats, and the omega-7 is really unique for a fish oil. We don't find this type of omega in many fish oils. It's really important for metabolism and weight management. And we also have the addition of vitamin D3. So again, you're getting more bang for your buck. And you got to think about that even with the ProBio. Because of it being so much more effective than a typical probiotic, we are having things change in large frames of time, or in short frames of time, in large whole body systems. So this is an extremely pure form of fish oil. It never oxidizes. So I challenge people. My kids love to bite into this, which is unusual, but it has a beautiful flavor. It's lemon lime. So I challenge you, if you're taking a product right now, a fish oil product, bite into that capsule and see what kind of flavor you get. If you get that fishy taste, it is rancid, it's rotten. And what it's going to do is oxidize your body, which we don't want. So Omega Plus is our very high quality, very pure fish oil.
So another product that we have that we're going to mention kind of briefly too is AXIO, which is NRF2 activation specifically for the brain chemistry. So this is our brain drink. And you guys, I'm drinking it right now. I drink it from the time I get up until the time I go to bed. It makes such a difference in your mental endurance and acuity and concentration. It just allows the neurotransmitters in your brain to get to the part of the brain that they need to go, helps with mental fatigue and brain fog, and just improves your mood, and it comes in a decaf and a caffeinated version. But really, the stories behind this and the changes people have seen are just phenomenal. But even for the average brain, everybody's brain deserves a little bit of a boost, and that is this clean formula that we have. So on the business side of things, just want to show you this, you guys. This is what the research shows. This is where people are spending their money. Look at anti-aging, and we have these 3 cellular activators that no other company has anything that compares. We have a skincare line, a hair care line, pet care. We have energy, and we also have a weight loss line that we didn't even get into tonight. And then look at this idea. Did you know this? That the percentage is significant for how many people are looking for a side gig or just a new gig economy in general. Brick and mortar stores are going away, and most people are using technology to get what they want and when they want it. And that is one thing that's really nice about these products, is they come directly from the company to you. You're not having to be the middleman, but you, from the business side, you share the story with people. You get them the tools for them to make their own educated decision, and then they choose what they want, and it comes right to them, just like Amazon, which I'm thankful for. And then this is also, if you look at this, this is where we are, you guys. LifeVantage is just beginning. It's a ground floor company. No one has heard about these products. The results have been nothing short of life-changing, not only for us in our personal lives, but also in our the lives of those we've been able to impact. And I look forward to sharing this with people more and more every day. It feels more like a moral obligation than it does like a sales pitch, because there just is so much value there. It's what my husband and I and my kids all take. I took all of these products when I was pregnant and when I was breastfeeding. So I firmly believe in the science behind them. I wouldn't put something in my own body and tell somebody to put something in their body that I wasn't willing to do myself. So we are in the early phase. And when you get in the early phase, think about this. If you could get a penny for every single iPhone that was sold, would you want to get in at the end, or would you want to get in at the beginning, right? You'd want to get in at the beginning, because at the end, everyone already has one. Like you got in now, right? Everyone already has a phone. But if you got in when we were kids, man, nobody had a cell phone. We had brick phones if you had a phone, or a bag phone, you know? And so I'm just saying, like, times change, things grow, things are moving, and this company is rolling into momentum, and now is the time to get started. So this is sort of how you get started. If you were considering a distributor, you would buy a bundle of product, and you get all these assets that come with it. It's a one-time purchase. I wish you could buy bundles of products even after you get started, but you can't. It's a one-time thing. So you get a bundle of products so that you can become a user of the products. How can you recommend something you've never actually put into your body or on your body, right? So use the products, and you get all these tools. You get plugged into a team that really helps you develop, you learn the system, and then you just kind of fit it into the nooks and crannies of your life. So this is our compensation. And if you look at this, Pro 3 is kind of considered the foundational rank for our company. That's a monthly average of around $600 a month. Pro 5, by the time you get to Pro 5, you're in the top 5% of our company. Look at that, you guys. That's almost $3,000 a month. How many people do you know that couldn't use an extra $3,000 in a month? Or getting to the elite ranks in our company, and the average income is around $12,000. So, you know, there's a potential for small amounts of money. Some people are just looking to pay for their own products, and some people are looking for a little extra income. Some people are looking for a complete career change. But I can honestly tell you, whatever it is that you're looking for, it's totally achievable, and it's the right place to do it. Dr. Elizabeth, would you tell us about the traditional versus
yes
residual?
Yes, absolutely. So this is kind of a a crazy thing to think about because we're all taught a pretty classic traditional business model where you go to school, you acquire a ton of debt going to school, especially if you're in the level of school that Dr. Jess and I have gone to. And then you get out into the real world and you trade your time for money. So if you're in a profession like ours, there's only so many patients you can see in a total day. So there's a cap on what you can create. You work this for 20, 30, 40 years, and you hope to retire and have the health and the wealth at that point to really live out your life as you had hoped to in retirement. With direct sales, with network marketing, we're creating a residual type of income. So instead of going to school and then trying to trade your time for money, you instantly start to earn money as you're learning the business, achieving your goals. And what happens is that you work one time and you are paid continuously from working that one time. And this grows as your business grows. Because what happens is as we sell product, people continue to order product. Our preferred customer accounts occur on a monthly subscription. All of our products, or most of our products, I should say, have a 30-day quantity in them. And so you need to continue to order the products in order to biohack your body and create that better health for you. And what that does is it creates a residual income that comes in whether I'm at the clinic or not, whether I'm at home working in front of the computer with a team or not. And we end up being able to have this time and money freedom much earlier in life than we anticipate with the traditional model.
So basically, there's kind of three ways to go with this, right? What we're looking for is for you to get back to whoever invited you to this call tonight and let them know kind of where you are. Are you interested in using products as a customer? Are you interested in not only using those products and biohacking your body, but also sharing some of this information with people you love and care about? Maybe then a distributor might be something that you're looking for. Or maybe you need some more information. So, wherever it is that you are, if you could just get back to whoever invited you and let them know what you're thinking, and then we would be happy to help you or answer any questions that you might have as well. So just thank you for your time, and I'm going to stop the recording.